Hey guys, it's Las Vegas Real Estate with Ryan, and I help busy professionals and families relocate to Las Vegas without all the stress, the late night Googling, and the overwhelm. With my all-in-one hands-on approach, I take care of you from day one to move-in day and beyond. No matter where you are in your journey, I would love to help you and be a resource, okay? So contact me, call me, text me, all the things. But today, I'm here with my girl, Doni Strickland from CMG Home Loans, and she, yet again, is dropping those gems, okay? So excited to have you here again talking about another program of yours. If you're interested in learning all about the all-in-one home loan that we talked about before, check out the playlist, okay? So today, we're talking about HomeFunded.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Tell me about that, girl.
HomeFundIt is an amazing program for your first-time home buyers. So think of it almost like a GoFundMe page, but specifically for your down payment.
Ooh.
So they can create a campaign, they can share it on their social media, and anyone can gift.
Really?
So most mortgage programs have limits that it has to be an immediate family member within a certain criteria, and will ask for the donor's bank statements.
Right.
An assigned gift letter and all of these
all
requirements.
the extras.
Exactly. But with HomeFundIt, they don't have to supply that. Anyone can gift. So it could be a friend, a family member, an employer, a coworker,
Okay.
a random stranger. That's actually one of my personal goals, is to be in a place where I can start just randomly looking at campaigns and donating to whoever.
Oh, I love that idea.
Yes.
I love that.
That's just who I am thing.
Yeah,
But
of course.
anyway, they can turn around and use that however they need to towards the down payment and the closing costs. Okay. Now, the really cool part about it is CMG Home Loans matches donations $2 for every dollar that's donated.
What?
Up to the first $2,000 or 1% of the purchase
Love
price.
that.
So, yeah, it's really amazing. It can help catapult savings.
Mm-hmm.
And the other caveat that comes in that's really nice is the fact that they can also download the UpIt Chrome extension.
Okay, what's that? Tell me more about that.
Okay, so you've probably known folks that worked for large employers that had an employee perks program that
Right.
if they did online shopping with certain online retailers,
Yes.
you get like 5 to 10% off. Well, with this, instead of the 5 to 10% coming off the purchase price, that 5 to 10% then goes into their HomeFundIt as down payment savings. Goes into that HomeFundIt account that they can use for their down payment and closing costs.
Okay, and so tell me more about how you market this, or how one would market this. You said they can put this on their social media?
Yes,
So absolutely anyone can donate.
Absolutely anyone can donate. So basically, they're going to create their campaign. They're going to tell their story.
Right.
And we actually have HomeFundIt professionals that will work with them to create that story and help it to capitalize as best possible
Right.
on their situation.
Right.
And be able to get out there to folks. And so they can do a video, they can tell their story, they can give updates along the way. And then there's a simple button right in their HomeFundIt page that they can then share that through their social media and push it out.
Interesting. So so anyone can use this. So, the first thing that I'm thinking about right now is, of course, graduation time is coming up,
Absolutely.
right? And so, when you're asking your family and friends, I should say this, not everyone is asking for gifts and things for graduation. But if you're someone who wants to buy a home, right, sometime soon, whether it's, straight out of high school, whether it's a graduation gift from college, right, you can post this on your Facebook, right, or your Instagram, and friends and family and colleagues and anyone can donate $5, $10, whatever the case may be, to help you meet your goal. Could you imagine? I love that idea.
It's really amazing. And that's the cool part about it. There is no age limit. So
Nice.
if you're wanting to help your children get set up, they just have to be old enough to have an email address.
Okay.
So, your 6, 7, 8-year-old, your
Right.
child that's graduating from junior high.
So like every birthday, that could be like a main thing.
Yeah.
Every birthday from the time your child is 1 until graduating from high school or college, this is the ask. And by the time you get there, you're ready to buy, you have your down payment.
Exactly.
Where was this at? When I was in
right?
grade school. Just saying.
Exactly.
Where
I understand.
was this?
I agree completely on that. But it's pretty cool, yeah, because there's no time limit on it. It can sit out there and grow.
Okay.
The other place that it's extremely helpful is weddings.
Ooh, yes.
Because a lot of people are getting married later and they already have all the stuff for their house, so they're not really doing registries the same way they used to. In lieu of a registry, you would turn around and use this, and you can turn around and put the information about it and the link to it in your wedding invitations and say, in lieu of a registry, this is what we're doing. And you can be able to push that out that way.
Yeah, that's a great idea. It brings me back to it takes a village, right? And especially in our economy today, it takes a village, and sometimes we have to do what we have to do in order to meet our goals can you imagine buying your dream home and just kind of having that, friends and family, colleagues, whomever, just kind of contributing to you meeting that goal. That's honestly another game changer. That's another game changer.
It is.
Without having to worry about all the extras. Like as you mentioned before, you needed to have, that letter and different things that the lender would require that made it really hard to be gifted funds, right? And so now you just made it easy. And so is this something that is offered does other lenders have the same program? Is this also an exclusive?
This is a CMG built it. It's ours.
Yep. So many exclusives you guys have.
I know. We have such cool toys.
I know. I love it. I love it. So are there any limitations?
So as far as the limitations, the one piece is there's only one of the major, you have your Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and FHA and VA loan types out there. Freddie Mac is the only one that accepts this right away.
Okay.
So it doesn't mean you have to use a Freddie Mac loan. You can pair it with any loan, but it means that if you're using one of the other options, you do have to liquidate the funds out of the account and hold on to them in your checking for 2 months to complete bank statement cycles to season the funds before they use for down payment if you're using any program that's not Freddie Mac.
Okay.
Okay. The other thing is the match is only for first-time home buyers.
Okay.
So if you're doing a subsequent purchase, yes, you can still absolutely use HomeFundIt, but you won't get the $2,000 match.
Okay.
The $2,000 match does also require a homebuyer education, so there will be a homebuyer counseling.
That's always a good thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely it is. And that needs to be done before you go under contract on the home.
Okay, that makes sense. So you have to get educated. Honestly, education's very important when it comes to buying your first home. There's a lot of nuances. That's why it's important that you find you a great realtor. Hey, an amazing lender that thinks that thinks outside of the box, helps you to strategize and figure out how to get you to your dream home faster or your first investment property faster, right? There are options out there, and you wouldn't know unless you know someone who knows someone, because like you said, CMG is the only lender that's offering this program right now.
Exactly.
So you heard it here first, guys. So tell me, who else do you see this program being helpful? We talked about graduates, we talked about weddings, what else? Investors.
So the other piece that this program has been utilized for recently is employers utilizing this as a perk to their employees. Because if an employer is setting up this as an additional perk to their employees, they can establish and say, we will also give matching contributions of, say, up to $500. We'll match dollar for dollar to the first 500 or whatever that may be. And so employers are using this as a strategy for employee retention and employee promotion, because employees that are homeowners tend to be more stable, more consistent, more reliable, and longer term.
Yes, you can attract some major talent just with the program alone for those who have goals of just being homeowners or investors or the case. Hello, Google, Amazon, do you hear this?
Yes.
Right, here's a free ad.
Right?
I love that. That's but small businesses, especially, I think this would be awesome.
And if you're an employee of a small business that thinks it'd be cool for your company to offer something like this, send this to your HR department so that they can see what these options are and what can be done with this.
Right. So is there, just out of curiosity, because we're talking about, businesses and how it can become, a part of their offerings, what does that look like? Do they have to pay anything to be a part of the program, or is it just an additional perk?
It's just an additional perk. We would do that for the employer the same way we do that for our realtor partners like you.
Nice.
You can have your own HomeFundIt page set up so that when you're talking to your clients and you see that they might be a good fit for HomeFundIt, you can forward your page over, and then that way it's already branded to you to be able to push out to your clients. So when they're looking at it and seeing the information, they're also seeing your information.
Nice.
And as an agent being partnered with us on that,
Right.
any of their donors that are seeing the information are also seeing your information and mine.
Okay, love that.
So it's a phenomenal source of advertising for agents, employers, etc.
Okay,
So
it's just easy peasy. It's cut and dry.
Yeah, it's
I love
pretty
it.
cut and dry.
I love simplicity.
Yes.
Right? It's hard to
Yes.
come by. I love it. So, tell folks where they can find you if they have questions, about the program and just want to get started. Where do they find you?
Well, I've got a screenshot for that
Nice.
we can pull in that's got a QR code with my business card information
Easy
and all my
peasy.
contact information. So there you go.
Love it. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. This is yet another amazing CMG exclusive program. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Doni or reach out to me. We would love to connect you so that you can learn more about all the options that are out there that you maybe didn't know were out there. Okay? So talk soon, guys.